Hi everyone, this is the second time that I'm going live through Facebook, and as mentioned in my first live video, and I will be using this opportunity to provide free of charge astrological reading to all my clients. All you need to do is really to provide the last 4 digits of your handphone number, and I will be able to retrieve your date and time of birth and provide you with analysis to your whatever concerns that you have regarding your life, your career or relationships. And this will allow my clients to have a chance to interact with me face to face, and also allow me to follow up on their concerns and situations. But of course, I understand that this is just my first few attempts in going live, so it will take time for me to get used to this routine or habit to go on live every day to meet you and to perhaps teach you some things related to astrological reading. And honestly, I'm still testing out the cameras and my wireless mic and earphone. So please pardon me if the video quality is not really satisfactory, or even the sound is not really clear. I hope I'm trying my best to make this live chat or live video as appropriate or entertaining as possible, given that I also understand many of you may not know when will be the exact time that I go online to answer your questions. So I will now set the time to be probably on the every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9:30 p.m. to go on live and meet you. So if you are here, do comments and let me know your, even if you are not my previous clients, you are welcome to list down or even WhatsApp me your date and time of birth. So let me first by typing my WhatsApp number at the comments. How do I do that? Hi William, nice to see you here. Yeah, so as mentioned, this is really an opportunity for me to keep in touch with all my clients. Okay, give me a moment as I type out my WhatsApp link so that any other clients, my previous clients, or even including any new friends on this Facebook, may post me any questions regarding your life. You may actually, if you feel that confidentiality is an issue, you may actually WhatsApp me your date and time of birth, and I will help you to answer any questions that you have. The point that okay, first let me put down the WhatsApp link here first, so that it will be easier for everyone to WhatsApp me. Yep, so I have entered my WhatsApp link in the comment. You may simply just click on it and WhatsApp me your date and time of birth. Or if you are just passing by, you are welcome to stay on. Or if William, it's really nice to see you here. If you have any questions to ask regarding your for example, you want me to do an analysis on your recent situation, you may also type the questions below so that I can analyze for you. In the meantime, since I'm still trying to get more viewers, I will explain to you why is it that 八字 is called 八字. So really we will go back to the very basic. Why is 八字 called 八字? This is because how 八字analyze a person's destiny is through the year, the month, the day, and the time of a person. Why are there two words on here? Two words, right, in the year pillar, two words in the month pillar, and 2 words in the day pillar, 2 words in the time pillar. Why is that so? So I'm just going to go through with you why. So what I'm sharing today really are the very basics. It's like kindergarten lessons to the study of BaZi. If you are familiar with the Chinese lunar calendar, right? Every year, every month, every day, and even every hour, in the Chinese calendar, they will use 2 words to describe such a time period. For example, this year is 2022. So the Chinese will use this lunar calendar system and use the word 人影. For example, 人影, right? To describe the year 2020. So what exactly is it? Like it sounds very hard to understand, right? Actually, it's just very simple. Remember, the universe is made up of the heaven, the earth, and humans, right? I mean, to us human life, these are the 3 most basic components of our universe or existence. So in the lunar calendar, we also have the heavenly stem, the earthly branch. This is Tian and this is Di. Right, can you see? I hope it is clear. Tian, as we all Chinese know, refers to the Tian, which is the sky, right? So we have Tian Gan, yeah, what we refer to as Tian Gan. And then we also have Di Zhi, right? Okay, so Tian and Di are the 2 among the 3 major components of our existence or of the universe. After that, we also have 人. For example, with different distance, they are actually 武, 丙, 甲. So all these are called hidden stems. They are actually similar or actually equivalent to those Tian Gan. So we have Tian, Di, and Ren. Okay, can I try to write it here? Tian Di Ren, which is how the Chinese record time. Okay, hope it is clear. Hope it is clear, yeah. So that's the reason why when we use this system of time, this lunar calendar system of recording time, so to speak, so we can see that we will have okay, let me erase this first, okay? Give me a moment. Okay, so now is a clearer picture. So that's the reason why BaZi is called BaZi. Ba is 8, Yin, Chinese. Zhi is character. So as explained earlier, the Chinese uses the 2 words. One is of the Tian Gan, which is the heavenly stem. One is of the Di Zhi, which is the earthly branch, to record time. And likewise, we have a heavenly stem and an earthly branch to record the month. And it's the same principle for the day and the time. And in BaZi, the most important factor or the focus point that describe you is the Daymaster, which is this X over here. This X over here. We call it Daymaster because in Chinese it's called 日主. So as a very simple or direct translation, 日 is day and 主 is master, right? And it also carries the hidden meaning that we are the master of our own life. ，right？ 日主，我们都是自己人生的主人。然后呢，这个日呢，就代表我们。所以呢，很多所谓的算命的哦，算来算去，他们都用12生肖。那12生肖只是一个八字里面的2个字啊，那怎么可能算得准呢？所以呢，很多不懂得八字的人有一些大师说你是属鸡的，今年就很好了；你是属狗的，今年有可能不好。其实是一个很肤浅的一种教学或者一种就是批命的方法。So I need to explain this in English. As I mentioned, we always have these two words to describe the time for, time, day, month, and year, which total carries with eight characters within the chart. Okay, I think there's some reflection. Okay. So as William asked, in the comment, day stamp represents itself. Actually, you are correct. The day stamp or the day master is what represents ourselves. You are very correct, William. So I give you a thumbs up. So unlike most other practitioners, Bazi practitioners, who always just focus on the year of birth, right, to give you a prediction, is ignoring the month, the day, and the time of birth. So what they are using is just 8 of the characters within a birth chart. So how will it be accurate? Let me explain it further, because there are currently about 8 to 9 billions of mankind, right? In this the world population have about, say, 8 billion people. If such is the way we interpret birth chart, focusing only on the year of birth, then there will only be 8 types of destiny within these 8 billions of people. Right? So it doesn't make sense. Just compare your own life to that of perhaps people born in the same year as you, and you can actually understand that our destiny can actually be very different. So let me explain further why so. Because as you look at these BaZi birth charts, right, as mentioned earlier on, we have to focus on the day, or the day master, or what William actually earlier referred to as the day stamp, as the focus point of the BaZi chart. And by doing so, we can determine the strength of the day master. Why is it important to determine the strength of the day master? It is very likewise like determining the health or the physical health of a person. For example, if you are weak, right, definitely you will need more food intake or supplement intake, or to take more vitamins to boost your wealth. On the other hand, if you are too strong, obviously you will need to, for example, if your muscle is too strong, you exercise it too much. For example, if you are into bodybuilding and you exercise your body too hard, obviously you will need to relax your muscle in order to achieve optimum health. Because balance is a very important factor both in the universe and in BaZi. Why is that so? Because BaZi is basically a reflection of our existence. But let me repeat to you one more time that this day master has no indication of whether you are healthy physically or not. This is actually a reflection of your life energy, or we may so-call qi. Qi is invisible, but we can say that we are always under the influence of qi. We can even include qi as a form of electronic or magnetic energy, so to speak. Because it's just like gravity, right? You cannot see it, but you can feel it. And the first breath that we take, right, when we were born, actually determines the kind of chi that is present, and the kind of chi that will determine the rest of our destiny. Okay, I don't want to make this too complicated for the beginners. So I just will stay at the kindergarten level in explaining to you what is a BaZi chart. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue. After knowing where is your day master, the second thing you will need to know is what is your monthly branch. I use the character X to indicate where your day master is, and then use the letter Y to show you where is the monthly branch. Why is it that our day master is influenced greatly by the monthly branch? This is because in ancient China, even in present China, there are actually 4 seasons, and the seasons actually each seasons carry with them different types of qi, and this qi is actually following the monthly order of the 12地支 or the monthly order of the 12 of the branches, which in Chinese are called 子丑寅卯辰巳巳午未申酉戌亥. Okay, so for the beginners, don't be scared by all these things that you need to memorize. Just remember that you can always refer to the Google search, just type out 12 of the branches, and they will list out for you what are the 12 of the branches and the elements or the elemental energies that each of the branch carries with them. For example, 子 is water, 丑 is wet earth, 人就是人就是今年这个人的老虎年就是人 is wood, 子丑人卯 is also wood, 辰 is wet earth, 巳 is fire, 午 is fire, 未 is dry earth, 之所以嘛是美申 is gold, which is metal, 酉 is metal, 戌 is dry earth, 亥 is water. So any of these 12 of the branches can fall within this place, which is letter X, okay? So as I mentioned earlier, right, each of the branch actually carries with them different elemental energy. Some are fire, some are earth, some are water, some are metal, while some are wood. And for example, let's say if this is water, okay? Okay, if this is water. All right. And for example, for demonstration purposes, I will take this day master also as water, as someone born with the water day master. Okay. With of the branch of the water elements, boosting the strength of this day master, which is also of the water elements, this day master will have a greater tendency to be strong. Therefore, in BaZi terms, we call it 盛旺。就是呢，因为这个日元的地 ，okay? Okay, so after seeing that, after determining the strength of these or the elements of the branch, we can move on to look at where the day master is sitting at. This is the first place after looking at the branch as to determine where okay, let me rephrase this. This is the first place to determine the elements with the greatest influence to the strength of the day master because of the proximity. All right. because the Daymaster is just sitting right on this earthly branch or 地支. Okay, so let's say this place where the Daymaster is sitting on is the metal of the metal element. If we remember the 八字 cycle, right? 就是八字这个五行生克制化. So we have metal enhancing the water or creating water, because when metal is it will turn into liquid. Or when metal is cool, you can see water vapor forming on the metal surfaces, right? And when water is poured into, is being poured onto the plants will naturally grow. And we use wood to create fire, or fire is using wood as a fuel to burn, right? And then fire, when burning things down, for example, fire burn down a house, you will find a lot of ashes, and ashes are actually earth. And earth can create metal. Why is that so? Because you can see that in a very huge mountain, for example, it carries within a lot of minerals and metals within the mountain. So that's why we have earth creating metal. So metal once again will enhance the water. Thus, if we have, for example, the day of the branches of the metal, and your Daymaster is of the water, this Daymaster strength will further be enhanced by the strength of this metal element, right? So on and so forth, we will continue to look at the strength of this Monday heavenly stem, which in Chinese called 月，这是我们的月柱的天干 because of its proximity to the Daymaster. And following, we will look at the time heavenly stem, 就是时柱的天干 because also it is very near to the Daymaster. Followed by, okay, forget to write the 4 properly. So this is the 4th place, which is the time of the branch, following by the year heavenly stem, and then lastly, then we will look at the year of the branch to determine how it affects the strength of the Daymaster. So you can actually see that the yearly pillar is of the least importance towards determining the strength of your Daymaster. So in terms of BaZi philosophy, the main point is really to look at the whole chart as a whole, and to look at the interaction of all these elements and how it affects the strength of the Daymaster to determine whether someone's life is going through a lucky period or an unfortunate period. Just to mention Singapore founding father Lee Kuan Yew, his birth chart is actually of a Ren water Daymaster that is strong in strength. And we can see that he actually leveraged on this, or maybe somehow it's just a coincidence, but in the building of Singapore, a lot of focus have been made into planting a lot of trees in Singapore. As you understand, tree is of the wood element, and it creates the fire elements, which is as explained in the Facebook live video 1, whatever the one element controls, okay, let me put it in more simple terms. In the BaZi cycles, right, 就是五行生克制化论，我们就是水克火，火克金，金克木，木克土，对吗？ So let me explain in English. In the BaZi cycle, water will control or suppresses fire. Fire will melt metal. Metal will cut down wood. just remember this is just a simple way to remember it. Wood is always growing on the the soil, so wood somehow suppresses earth, and earth can actually suppresses water, and water can suppresses fire, so it becomes a cycle, right? In BaZi theory, whatever we suppresses or control is our wealth. So we can see that by planting more trees in Singapore and especially when we look at the BaZi theory, in a way it generates the fire, qi energy within Singapore, which is a benefiting factor for our periods or our late Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew, with a very strong Daymaster of the run water, because as mentioned, water will control fire, and fire will become the wealth of someone with a strong water Daymaster. I hope I'm not confusing you because I'm teaching BaZi in English. If I teach in Chinese, I'm not sure if other will be. I'm not sure whether most viewers will be able to understand what I'm saying. Because earlier on in the first video, some viewers actually mentioned that they prefer me to explain in English. So for the sake of those who prefer Chinese, I will also explain again in Chinese. OK， 就是我们八字在算一个八字的过程当中呢，为什么我们说是八字呢？因为一个八字的命盘里面，我们有年柱、月柱、时柱，还有这个日柱，还有时柱。每一个柱的里面呢，都有2个字。因为我们就是中国有一个传统，就是用这个天干跟地支来记录时间，就是一个以前这个古人就是觉得我们这个世界就是最主要的3件事情就是什么？就是天地还有人嘛，对吗？所以他们就发明了天干还有地支，然后呢，地支里面当然也有我们可以说成是人支。可是呢，这些是比较是下一步了。我们今天用幼儿园的程度来教八字，那大家听得会比较懂。那所以我刚才就是用英文解释过，很多所谓的大师每一年开始都喜欢说你属老虎的，今年就犯太岁了，就是超级不好的啦，一定会出什么大问题。那不一定，因为你看一个八字有8个字嘞。你只用那个年的那个地支来算一个人的命，哪里会准确呢？就是那个准确度可能是少过18%吧。因为我刚才也说过了，我们一个八字最主要的是什么？看我们的日主嘛，对吗？看我们的日主在这里。然后呢，第二，我们最重要看我们的月份的那个地支。地支是什么元素？我刚才有说过了，12地支里面有些是金，有些是木、水、火、土的，对吧？就是子丑寅卯辰巳午未申酉戌亥，子就是水嘛，对吧？丑就是湿土，寅就是寅卯都是木，辰就是湿土，这个辰就是什么辰子巳就是火，午就是火，就是什么未就是干的土啦，未申就是金，酉也是金，戌就是这个干土啦，亥就是水。这些你都是可以在网上自己打一下，就在那个谷歌那个搜索的那个 search engine 那边去 search 就可以很清楚的知道那12地支哪一个是水，哪一个是木，哪一个是火，哪一个是金，这样子。就并不难的，都是这个我今天所教的东西都是这个所谓的幼儿园程度的八字基础班，所以希望你们都可以听得懂啊。那就是刚才用英文讲解了，我们第一件事看八字要看我们的
日元或者日主，就是主人的主。所以呢，我就是说每个人都是自己的主人，就是我们每个人都是自己我们的生命的一个可以做主了。我们人类都有一个 free will， 就是能够自己做决定，对吗？所以才叫做日主。然后我们其实自己都是有一个能够改变自己命运的一个本能的。就打个比喻很奇怪了，有些人为什么好像在一个自己出生的国家，他的运气不好，然后呢去到另外一个国家，突然间呢那个运气什么都顺顺利利啊。那很多时候那个原因就是因为那个人找对了自己八字需要的元素。打个比喻，一个人他的日主是水嘛，水很旺嘛，对吧？调一个这个 camera shot， 好像有点不正宗OK， 一个人如果他的日主是水的话，对吧？水很旺，他需要火的元素。刚才不是用英文讲解过了嘛，对吧？如果你日元是水旺，你一定要火，那你才有钱，还有才有女人，就是对男人来说啦。如果你是女的呢，你是女人有水的日主了，你也需要火来做你的财，那财也升官，就是水嘛。你是女的话，我们在八字里面水，什么是管女人的？以前的社会就是男人都管女人，对吧？就是男人都控制女人，所以如果你是女命，你的日主是水呢，土就是你的老公啦。那什么东西会生土呢？火就生土嘛，对吧？所以呢，对男或者女来说呢，水都需要水日主的人我是说都需要火来帮他做一个平衡，或者我们所说的调候。所以像我说今天说的东西不会太过复杂吧？所以呢，就回到刚才所说啦。就是刚才还没有说完，就是说我为什么有些人移民了，就他的命就突然间好起来，他的运就改了，因为他接受了这个东南西北的这个磁场因为呢，我们南方就是属火，北方就是属水，西方就是属金，东方就是属木。然后呢，如果你是一个水旺日元的人嘛，对吧？你去到可能本来你是住在就是随便说了，你是住在 Russia 的，或者住在北方的中国的地方，然后呢，你移民来了，可能来到了新加坡或者澳洲这些地方，突然间运气就改了，就是因为呢，你补充了自己八字的火。那这个其实移民是一个改运非常好的方法，很多人都试过，包括我自己也曾经移民了很多次。其实也不是很多次就几次啦，可是真的有用。所以呢，如果你自己觉得在一个地方待久了没有什么发展，最好呢找对自己的那个喜欢的那个元素，然后去移民，那通常都会产生很好的一个变化，让你比较可能说事业上金钱上都比较有好的发展。Okay, so let me explain this in English again. Just now, what I'm trying to say is that for those people who feel that they are having bad luck, so-called, or facing a lot of misfortune incidences in life, migration is actually one of the best strategy to improve your luck or your wealth. What I mentioned in Chinese earlier is that if you are, for example, illustration purposes, if you are of Daymaster of the water element, for example, right? I mentioned that the south is of the fire elements, the west is of the metal elements, the east is of the wood element, and the north is of the water elements. And so, if you are of a strong Daymaster of the water elements, for example, moving to the south will actually be beneficial for you. For instance, if you were born in the northern part of China or in Russia, for example, which is the northern part of the globe, I'm just saying for those with a strong water Daymaster, okay? Not everyone should migrate to the south. It's just for those with a strong water Daymaster. Of course, there are other conditions. For example, I'm ignoring those special Bazi formation charts, which is of the 状换格 or 重格. I'm not talking about that. That is of a higher level of knowledge. I will keep today's lesson at the kindergarten level. So, to cut it short, for those with a strong day master of the water elements, you may actually migrate to the south of the globe to countries such as Singapore or Australia, which will definitely help you in terms of luck, or even career progression and wealth, or even relationship, right? Okay, so let me just take a look at the comments to see if anyone's have any questions for me. Yes, I see that William has a question for me. Thank you for asking me the question, William. Okay, let me read the question. So, Master, the two marked X must be elements helping each other, correct? Okay, actually, this is a Y. This one, actually, I should write it properly. This one of the Y is of the branch in the money pillar, or in Chinese called 日主的地支. This position, the element at this position carries with it the greatest influencing power to the strength of the day master. But due to the, what I call that, the way in which the heavenly stems and the earthly branches are arranged, they actually follow certain orders, and it's not always necessarily that this earthly branch will be of enhancing relationship to the day master. For example, this one, instead of water, it can be of the earth element, right? Or two. So if this earthly branch is of the two, okay, earthly branch is referring to the 地支, and earth elements is referring to the earth energy, earth chi energy. So don't be confused. Okay, let me repeat. Earthly branch is referring to the 地支, which are this row, the bottom row of the 八字. These are called 地支, whereas earthly, elements of the earth is referring to elements having the earth chi energy. Okay, so don't be confused, yeah. So after getting this clarified, if we have earth elements at this Monday of the branch, right? So it actually is a controlling or suppressing relationship towards the day master of the water elements. 因为土克水嘛，就是如果你懂得听华语的话，我觉得用华语解释是比较容易的。可是这里是应该有很多人只是会听懂英文。But anyway, I will use both language, just for the sake of those who speak Chinese also, yeah. 所以呢，就是说，如果你的入主嘛是水入主，这个月柱的地支呢，有可能是土哦，当然也有可能是木，或者可能是金，或者是火。那现在因为为了让你更加容易能够了解啊，我们刚才已经说了，今天的课程是用最简单这个幼儿园的程度来教你八字。所以呢，打个比喻，这个日主嘛，如果是水的话哦，这个月的地支是土啦，那这个土就会克这个水的入主，那这个就有可能变成一个肾弱的入主。那肾弱呢，不是我刚才在开场白的时候说，一个人身体弱的时候又怎么样，就需要补嘛，对吗？需要让他吃多一点东西啊，吃多一些有营养的东西，或者给他吃一点补品。所以呢，如果这里呢是一个弱的水的一个属水的一个玉人，然后是弱的话呢，那你就是要补它。那什么东西会补这个弱的水玉元呢？ 就是金了，对吗？刚才我不是说过这个八字五行上课上升上课理论，金就生水嘛，对吗？然后再让我重复一次，就是金生水，水生木，木生火，火就生土，土又生金，金又生水，就一直循环了。那其实我们这个宇宙啊，根本就是也是一个循环嘛，对吧？好像我们的身体也是有循环，就是好像血液啊这些淋巴系统就是水啊，我们的牙齿啊我们的肺部啊会发声音的东西就是金啊，因为你敲那个金的时候就发出声音，对不对？你自己去敲一个钟，对吧？就当当当，那就是一个属金的东西，所以我们的肺呢就是属金的。然后那火是什么？我们的眼睛就是火了。看得到，就是火了。我们的心脏也是火，好，然后呢，木了，就好像我们头发就是木了，对吗？啊，这些都是木了。然后还有什么土，就是我们的消化系统啊。因为你看我们的土，对吧？一个人死了以后啊，放在那个泥土里面就腐化了，对吗？那个腐化的过程就是跟我们的胃一样啊，我们的胃是可以把一样东西it will break down whatever is being put into it. So to explain in English again, actually the five elements actually can also represent different parts of our body. For example, the circulation system is of the water elements. Our bones, whatever they touch or whatever they make sounds is of the metal elements. Because when we hit a piece of metal, right, there is sound, and it's actually the same as our lungs. It helps us to produce sound, right? So that is of the metal elements. Our eyes, for example, and our heart is of the fire elements. And our hair is of the wood element, right? And then our stomach is of the earth elements, because it's just like when you have a dead body being buried inside the earth, right? The earth will break down whatever dead object that is being put inside. So it's the same, very much like the stomach, will break down whatever is being put into it. And whatever is being break down, 刚才不是说土生金吗？金也是代表 minerals 啊，就是我们消化以后不是有很多营养咯，所以土了生了进去我们的大肠，大肠也是属金啦，因为土生金的，对吧？所以呢，很有趣的，就是我们大肠就是吸收营养的地方啦，对不对 ？Whatever, how we absorb minerals and nutrients from the food that we eat is through the stomach, right? The stomach, as I mentioned, is of the earth elements, and when it goes to the intestine, which is of the metal elements, is where we take in all the minerals and nutrients that are good for our body. Minerals are of the metal elements, as I mentioned earlier. Inside the mountain, mountain is of the earth elements, and within the mountains, there are actually a lot of minerals. You can find all kinds of different minerals within the earth. Yeah, correct. Okay, so let me take a break and see if there are any comments. Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually, one of the purposes for me to start this live check astrological lesson or consultation session is really for all who are watching my videos, or for all my previous clients to ask me questions regarding their birth charts, because very often after half a year or 1 year, suddenly the clients will come back and tell me, PRC, do you remember last time you helped me to read this birth chart? Will you be able to help me to read some minor details regarding job or career or relationship, or some even plans to have kids? So this is where I thank you very much, William, for coming to support me, and also the rest of the viewers. Yeah, so this is why I started this live video, for you to ask me any questions. But I guess most of you will need some time to get used to this routine. So but it's okay. I'm still glad to see all of you here. Yeah, really welcome. Even Albert, thank you for watching. 陈世转，谢谢你观看。 云伟尼 Yeah, thank you for waving. So I will wave back. Okay, and Vincent, Chiang Mai. Oh, are you from Chiang Mai? I have been staying there for almost 5 to 6 years in the past. When I was studying under Ajahn you can find out more about her on my website. And Mark Chen. Hi, Mark Chen. Just to wave back. And Andrew, thank you for watching. Candy, yeah, I believe some of you, Jason Tan, thank you for watching. Derek, though, I believe some of you are my previous clients. Yeah, so you can actually quote the last 4 digits of your mobile number and ask me any questions. Or even for anyone who has never been my clients, you are also welcome to ask me any questions related to astrological reading or even related to your birth chart. Or if you want me to do a free reading for you, this is a good opportunity. I should be ending the video in about another 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, so please feel free to ask me anything. William, yeah, my back has recovered. Yeah, previously I have spent a lot of time rushing the reports for my clients and also do a lot of video editing. So I sat too long and until I have infection at near my spine area. So it is important to rest more and take a more balanced approach towards life to have a work-life balance. But I have already recovered and always glad to try something new like this video, live video session with you guys. Because many of you have been with me for almost since 2015. I have been knowing all of you for so long, and you have been sharing with me all your life problems and also gave me the opportunity to help you, which I really appreciated. Thank you very much for treating me as your friend. Some of you have even gave birth. I saw throughout how you turn from a teenager to set up your own family, having your own children, and then you ask me to help your child to 就是改名 to create a name for your child. Oh, it has been a very memorable journey serving all of you, and really happy that all of you are doing well. Most of you, or I will at least say. Yeah, so I really hope that I will continue to be able to help everyone who comes to me for help with what I have learned for the past. How long I have been studying astrology since I was 10, and now I'm 40 years old, so it has been a 30 years of journey. Yeah, so sometimes also understand that what I mentioned in the video will not be understood by most people because when you have studied 30 years of astrological reading, it doesn't appeal to you to always explain things in a very superficial manner or even in a superstitious manner. Like some okay, I won't care what other people are doing, but it has been a culture or a trend that a lot of masters are always just staying at the level of using the animal zodiac, which to me, animal zodiacs are actually good for knowing the personality of a person, but not helpful at all in understanding the major destiny trends or even looking in terms of helping to analyze the yearly 就是流年啊、小限这些句，这就是用中文来说呢，这个生肖来算命呢是很肤浅的东西。可是你可以用这个生肖呢，通常看一个人的性格是蛮准的，因为生肖是没有看到你的大运，没有看到你的流年，八字永远呢都最重要就是看你的大运。你的流年还有其中的深刻智化有没有相刑啊、相冲啊、相合啊？可是呢，我也知道我说的东西呢，不是每个人都听得懂， 很多人都是没有对这个八字有什么认识啊，然后呢，也因为这个生肖很容易懂嘛，对吗？你跟小孩子3岁的小孩子说，哦，你是属狗的，或者你是属猪的，连3岁小孩子都听得懂，所以很多所谓的一些师傅就来来去去都是说你是什么生肖，今年就会怎么样啦。因为这个 idea 很容易 market，就是很容易推销出去。你也说到，好像我刚才说的，对吗？刚才我说的，这个是算八字最基本的一个了解啊。算八字最基本我们需要了解的东西，有时候呢，我说这个也不是说每个人都能够明白，可是我现在说的东西就是在八字学里面是 kindergarten 的一个幼儿园的一个程度的东西，就是什么是年柱，什么是月柱，什么是日柱，什么是时柱，为什么有2个字，这些东西很多人听了就是你在说什么啊，师傅？然后呢，因为有很多人懂了又不要教学，对吗？因为你自己懂了，就是很多华人就有这个传统，自己懂了不要教别人啊，真的很奇怪。可是我自己的想法就是说，这个东西这个学理是能够帮助我自己，也可以帮助别人。那我就很愿意去教别人这套学理啊。So what I'm trying to say is that I'm always, having studied Chinese astrology and different types of astrology since I was 10 years old. Now I'm at 40. I do understand that very often a lot of things that I say during the video are things that won't be understood by a lot of people because a lot of us were not exposed to such knowledge, because such are not conventional knowledge. A lot of these astrological reading skills are passed down as secrets from one master to another master, to the next generation, right? And a lot of masters also keep these secrets to themselves and refuse to let the public understand what is going on in the astrological analysis. And as I mentioned, such a basic BaZi reading concept or the construction of a BaZi chart, although this is at the kindergarten level of how we study BaZi, it is scary enough for most people, like how I actually taught, where is the Daymaster, how you determine the Daymaster by looking at the monthly branch and following the sequence by going to the daily of the branch, then following by the monthly heavenly stem, following by the hourly of the branch, actually heavenly then of the branch, and then the yearly heavenly stem and of the branch. Just a simple concept like this may be able to scare most people who have never heard of BaZi before. But it will not be responsible for me to always mislead you, or I'm not saying I never thought of misleading anyone, but just that the society as a whole only understand the 12 animal zodiacs. But it is to me it is very irresponsible if I'm always just teaching you things related to the 12 animal zodiacs. As I've mentioned, the BaZi chart consists of the monthly pillar, the day pillar, and the hourly pillar also, and the animal zodiac is just this tiny little bit sector within the chart. So how will animal zodiacs be accurate in terms of predicting the destiny trend of us humans, right? So you take a minute to take that in and try to understand what I'm saying. Yeah, so hi Jason Tan, thank you for being here, and thank you for watching, and hi to you. So I guess my second video now, you're still not receiving any questions, not receiving any questions from anyone who wants me to help them read astrology or their birth chart free of charge. But it's okay. I'm glad to be able to be here and chit chat with you on my passion, which is astrology tonight. So I guess I've been here for almost an hour. Yeah, so is there anyone who have any questions to ask me before I end this? And I will probably come back tomorrow if I'm free, or even on Friday night. Maybe I will do this once every 2 days, or whenever I'm free I will just pop by, you know, to say hi to you. You are welcome, William. Thank you for watching tonight's session, which is my second live video. Yeah, I will continue to have my live video. Yeah, perhaps I will also post like when I'm going to come here, you know, to start this live video, so that all of you can you know, be informed of when I will be online. And in the future, please remember, if you want me to conduct a free of charge astrological reading for you, this is the place, okay? Or even if you want to WhatsApp me in private, I have already listed my WhatsApp number in the comment section. So please refer to it and just feel free to WhatsApp me. And I will help you to read your birth chart free, okay? And for my previous clients, you may always quote me the last 4 digits of your mobile number, and I will be able to retrieve your date and time of birth and help you with whatever questions that you have. Yeah, so I guess that's all for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. Wishing you a good night, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.